Today, I'm talking about why relationships make you look ugly. I'm Nisi, welcome to my channel, and before you exit, I promise this is a take worth hearing. You clicked because something about that title made you curious, and you're probably already thinking about whether or not this applies to you. It might, so stick around. And here's what got me thinking about this in the first place. Some relationships will age you so fast. You will look at photos from 2 years ago and don't recognize yourself, and you've been telling people it's a good relationship the whole time. The relationship has you looking depleted, drained, and nothing like who you were before it started. And one relationship can pull you so far away from yourself that you forget who you are. Growing up, I used to notice couples walking down the street and the woman always looked significantly older than the man, just worn down and tired looking. And the man standing next to her looked completely fine. And I remember thinking as a little girl, men must really love older women because I was seeing this everywhere. And then I got older and reality hit me upside my head like it does every woman eventually. And I realized those women were aging faster than those men. I also used to think that men preferred older women based off this, and if anything, it's the complete opposite. A lot of them will go as young as possible or as young as legally possible. But my final realization was that the reason those women look older is because those men were draining the life force from them. And that was a rude awakening. That genuinely changed my brain chemistry, and I didn't put it all together until I got grown, lived my own life, briefly gave somebody's son my time and my energy and my essence, and tasted just enough of what I had been watching other women go through to know that it was not for me. I said to myself, absolutely not. I'm too pretty for this. I have too much life left. And if I'm going to live it, I want to look good doing it. I'm not about to be walking around looking like loving somebody drained the life out of me. A stressful relationship will age your face. Your cortisol stays elevated, sleep gets disrupted, inflammation builds, and your face starts showing all of it in the hollowness around your eyes, the tension in your jaw, and the dullness in your skin. You gain relationship weight, and people assume you're happy and comfortable. Sometimes that's true. A lot of the time, that weight is how chronic stress and cortisol and emotional depletion looks. You stop going to the gym because you're tired. You stop sleeping properly because your mind won't turn off. You started eating for comfort because it's the one thing that's easy. Cortisol can do specific things to your body over time. It redistributes fat, particularly around your midsection. It disrupts your hunger hormones and makes you reach for food you wouldn't normally reach for. It drives inflammation that settles in your skin, your hair, and your energy level. You entered the relationship and slowly started disappearing inside it. The gym stopped being a priority because he needed something. The girls' trip stopped because they caused tension. Your skincare routine got lazy because you're exhausted by 9 p.m. The career you were building started taking a backseat to managing the household, his moods, his needs, and the emotional atmosphere of the entire home. You just kept saying yes to everything else and no to yourself. One small compromise at a time until one day you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize who was looking back. You're expected to keep yourself attractive while carrying the emotional labor, the household labor, the relationship maintenance, and everybody else's needs on top of your own. You manage the schedule, remember the appointments, track the moods, soften the tension, hold the whole thing together, and still find time to take care of yourself and stay in shape. You're running on fumes and being told you need to do more. Struggle love has done real damage to many generations of women. Suffering for a relationship gets framed as proof of how much you love someone. Staying through the hard times, fixing what's broken, mothering a grown-ass man through his unresolved issues, tolerating what drains and diminishes you, all of that gets called strength and loyalty, and you may have poured the best years of your life into a situation that was quietly hollowing you out. Mothering a grown man is labor. And if you're doing it, you're aging faster, looking more depleted, and becoming a smaller version of yourself in the process. You carry more of the emotional weight in your relationship than you should, and you feel it every single day. You remember the birthdays, you notice when something is off and you bring it up. You research the therapist, make the appointments, and then explain to him why it would be good for both of you. You manage the emotional temperature of the home. You lie awake at night processing what's wrong while he's asleep peacefully next to you. Staying in a draining situation for years because you've already invested so much is one of the most costly decisions you can make. There's actually a name for it. It's called the sunk cost fallacy. It's the belief that because you've already put in time, love, and energy, you have to keep going to justify what you already spent. But the time you already gave is gone regardless of what you do next. Staying longer doesn't recover it. It just adds to the cost. And every year you stay is a year you're not investing in your health, your peace, your career, and your joy. There are relationships where you feel safe enough to rest, where your partner carries their share of the load, and where being loved well is visible on you. In how rested you look, in your skin, in your energy, in the confidence you carry, your nervous system gets to exhale. Your cortisol drops, your sleep improves, your skin responds well, and your energy comes back. When you leave a draining relationship and start rebuilding, your body responds almost immediately. Your self-esteem improves, your skin starts clearing, you go back to the gym, you eat with intention, you laugh again, and you start looking like yourself. Sometimes like a version of you that you never fully got to become because the relationship started before you had the chance, while it stunted your personal growth and personal development. You entered the relationship full of life and full of yourself and got treated like something beautiful that someone wanted to possess and show off with no real interest in protecting or caring for you. You know the distance between who you were and who you've become. The version of you that is rested, cared for, at peace, and fully herself, she's still there and she's worth finding your way back to. If you're new here, hey, I'm Nisi York. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok as Nutrition Nisi. My channel covers beauty, nutrition, and lifestyle. Drop a comment and tell me where you are. Have you ever lost yourself in a relationship? And if this hit home, share it, like it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Take care.